Good morning, everyone. It's Craig Studnicky from RelatedISG welcoming you to our next edition of the Insider Series. Today we're with Enrique and Floralba. I know you all know who they are. They're partners in every aspect of life. And they've been with RelatedISG for quite some time. For those of you that are kind of new, you're going to get a chance to meet Enrique and Floralba today. And for those of you that are not with RelatedISG, but you work with RelatedISG agents from time to time, you're going to meet two very special people today. Yes, they're top producers, but they are unique human beings. And I have a feeling that everyone's going to regard this particular interview as one of the favorites on the Insider Series. In fact, I got to start with this. Last Friday, I was invited to the book signing, Floralba's new book on real estate for investors, for developers, for people that have a casual interest in real estate, a serious interest in real estate. And it was really an honor to be there for her book signing. And this is my particular version of this that's been signed by Floralba. So you can't have it. It belongs to me. But either way, both of you, welcome to the show. It's so nice to have you.
Thank you, Craig.
No,
It's a pleasure to be here.
It's been, by the way, I've enjoyed a little conversation before the show even began. It's always a treat for me to be with both of you.
Thank you.
As I said, this is a chance for everybody in RelatedISG to get to know you. So one of the things I like to start with is what brought you, where are you both from, and what brought you to Florida?
Okay, we are, thank you first for having us
Oh, please.
to interview.
Such a treat.
We both are from Colombia, and I born in Bogota,
Okay.
and but I grew up in Cali. Enrique is from Cali.
Born and raised in Cali.
Oh, God.
And,
Both beautiful cities.
and my story is a little bit, so Florida came in the early 2000s. I came here for a totally different reason factor. Back in 79, I had a car accident.
Okay.
So that's when I came to the US.
Okay.
And that's why I absolutely love this country. I mean, they opened their arms and...
You started in California?
No, actually, I came from Cali. I came to New Orleans.
Okay.
My first year, I lived in New Orleans in the rehab.
The jazz
facility.
capital of
The
America.
jazz capital.
Yeah.
So I did all my rehabilitation in New Orleans.
Okay.
And then about a year later, then they said, okay, we have taught you everything that you need to know about rehab, how to live your life with whatever you got working. It's time for you to move on. And I thought, holy crap, I mean, what am I going to do now? I'm sorry for using the word.
Well, that's appropriate.
And it's kind of like, what am I going to do now? Am I going to go back to Colombia? Accessibility was sort of like non-existent. And I got a lucky break. My aunt was living in California, in San Francisco, a beautiful city. She said, if you want to go to school, you're welcome to come over. So I moved to San Francisco, and I lived there for 18 years.
Oh my God, what a beautiful city. What a beautiful place.
And then in 98, then I got married to an Irish lady back in California, from Dublin.
I can understand the attraction.
And so,
I'm Irish.
and then moved over here. And then Florida was here.
Yes, in my case it's different because I came on the early 2000, my second marriage, and on 2005 I got my license because I saw a lot of contracts and real estate business at home, and I want to understand what the contract says, what I'm looking, what I'm signing on.
So you were purchasing a lot of real estate, so you want...
My ex-husband purchased a lot, was a rich guy.
Okay.
The reason that I came to the US is because of security problem with the guerrilla. Then on 2005, I got my license. I started to work in a small company in Weston, a boutique company from a Colombian guy.
Okay.
And I started to learn a lot, to take all the courses that the Fort Lauderdale board offered.
It's good training, no?
Yes.
Yes.
Amazing. And then when I got all the courses for the Fort Lauderdale board, I decided to get as a second membership from the Miami Board of Realtors, and I started taking the courses with the other board.
Okay.
And that was my beginning,
Okay.
to understand what I'm doing, to understand the contracts, and to learn a lot.
And let me guess, the more you learn, the more you realize you're going to like this business, right?
Yes.
Yes,
That's
does
correct.
get into your blood a little bit.
Yes.
Is that around the same time you two met? Around 2005?
No, actually later than that. I got divorced from that Irish lady in 2012.
Well, I can understand that because I'm Irish.
Yeah, also. And so I had the fortune then of meeting Flora in 2013. And
And I got my divorce in 2010.
Exactly. So then we met, and then I realized Flora was full time and working as a real estate agent, and then I realized, okay, if I want to be around Flora and all of these things, I better get this license myself.
Okay, right, yeah.
And back then, in fact, it was in 2007, I believe. I love all the transition. I got here in '98 and all the new buildings in Brickell and Sunny House.
Exciting to watch
And
that.
to me, it was just like
The architecture's
the
spectacular.
architecture and all of that. It was like, and I made my first investment at the Plaza of Brickell, which is a related group.
Right, yes.
Building.
Mhm.
And then I saw Icon and I said, and I would be like, and then we met, and I kept thinking, I better get my license. If I'm gonna go to all these
Events.
these events and so on, and she'll be like, "You're not coming with me. You're not a realtor." It's like, I'm going to the event. It's like, okay,
Yes,
well, have
because
fun.
I
Yeah.
said this is not a family party. This
Right.
is an event for realtors, only for realtors.
So you got your license and you went to the party, and more than that, you get to collaborate on
All right.
almost everything that was
Exactly. So then I started looking from Flora, and then it was really cool. I mean, and then realized that Flora's, or the 90% of the business, I think, is what we do is with Colombia.
International.
International business. Is bringing over there more the pre-construction projects, and offering that in Colombia. And then it was beautiful because then I had a lot of contacts from Cali.
Floralba had them
and
from Bogota?
From Bogota. So we would go.
And also for Cali.
Exactly. So we go back and forth to Colombia, Bogota, and Cali. So
Let's talk about Colombia for a minute, because that is your specialty. And I know you both spent time there, before the pandemic and the quarantine, and now even after. I know that a lot of folks who related to ISG would love to hear your perspective on this, and God knows I would too. I love Colombia. I've been to Cali. I've been to Bogota 100 times. I've had the chance to go to Cartagena. Everyone tells me I need to see Medellin one day, so one day I hope I'll have the opportunity. But here it is, November 2020. I think a lot of folks from your colleagues in Related ISG and outside of Related ISG would love to hear both of your perspective of what's happening with Colombia now. How do you see Colombia and Miami's relationship in the next 6 to 12 months from a real estate perspective?
I think Colombia is going to start again investing in Miami. The panorama in Colombia, or the political situation, is totally insecure. The people,
Sliding to the left again?
yes,
Yeah.
possibly, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
yes, the people prefer to have the money invest in a city with a strong market, with a dollar established money, and secure the lifestyle that the people can live here. A lot of things better than now Colombia can offer to the same people.
Because like a year ago, Colombian sales were kind of slow for Miami developers. No one was really bragging about Colombia as much as everybody. We've had a lot. Colombia has spoiled us. Every real estate developer and real estate company has done very well with Colombian buyers, either second home buyers or people that were planning on moving here. But in the last, I would say, 2019 was a bit slow. 2020 is slow because of COVID. But you both see it different. You see it rising, perhaps now through 2021.
We hope,
Yes.
I believe that the market is going to start swinging again on the upward way, and that people are going to start coming back to Miami, and hopefully some of the sales that we had sort of like for this year, and people put them on hold because, let's see what happens with the COVID and so on. We believe that those are going to be.
But they started calling calling us again.
Exactly.
And adjusting.
President-elect Biden, good impact, negative impact, neutral?
In my opinion, it's a good impact for this country because we can get again the respect for the people that we lost in the last government. Donald Trump has good things, but I think we need all the behavior or el ambiente.
The chemistry from
Exactly.
And it's a good impact for the Colombians also because they were kind of afraid of what is going to happen with Trump as when he was in.
From an immigration
For
perspective?
the
Maybe
Yeah,
immigration, maybe it's in fact we have a story to tell. We brought George Perez to Colombia in
4 years
four
ago.
years ago, and
Well, he's crazy about Floralba. I told you you have something to worry about.
yeah, and then so we went to Bogota and we did 2 events in Bogota. We did a breakfast event with realtors, and it was a big
At that
event.
time, I was the president liaison from the NAR in Colombia.
So we had a breakfast over there with about 300 people, and then we had a luncheon also in one of the best restaurants in Bogota, big luncheon happening there. And then the following day we went to Cali, and we brought him also to Cali. And I remember that I told him at that time, Donald Trump was actually running for president. He was in the summer 4 years ago.
Okay.
And he had not been elected yet. And I said to George, tell the people that they don't, because people will tell us
What is going to
what is going to
happen?
happen if this guy gets elected. Are we going to be welcoming in the
Trump or
country?
Hillary? Trump or Hillary?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I said to George, you need to tell them, relax. People in the U.S., they love money. They love, as long as you have the legal means to enter the country, and if you have money, you have nothing to
You're
worry
more than
about.
welcome.
That's true.
So George, then
gotta
he
say
told
that.
people, you have
Exactly.
nothing.
Who's more convincing than
Nothing
George
is going to
Perez?
happen.
Yeah.
No matter what is the president, this country is very, very strong and
Mhm.
comparable with the Latin American countries. You know?
Yeah, it's still the U.S. no matter what. Trump did have a very strict conservative attitude towards immigration, so I can understand why everyone in Latin America was a little bit nervous
Right.
about that aspect. Biden will be more relaxed. I'm not going to say much more relaxed
Exactly.
because every American still remembers, what happened on September 11th, and
Correct.
that influences immigration policies to a large extent. But I'm happy to hear that you're looking at it from a positive perspective.
Yes.
Because there is also a good chance, as you know, we talked about this earlier, Swire Properties allowed us to host Andres Oppenheimer
Yes.
back in May, who predicted certain things would happen in Q3 of this year and Q4 of this year, which is what we're in right now, and for that matter, all of 2021. And one of the things he predicted is a slight devaluation of the US dollar around the world. And I'm imagining you're hearing and seeing that from Colombia already? Yes?
Correct, and that's what we were hoping, that the money, the exchange is going to go down a little bit.
A little bit.
The dollar is going to go down a little bit based on what Oppenheimer actually told us in that meeting with you. And in fact, yesterday we went and we met with the Colombia Council. And he also predicted that he thinks that people are going to feel more comfortable with Biden in power. And he sees that more Colombians are going to start coming over here. And also, because of what Florida just mentioned, the fact that next summer we will have elections in Colombia. And therefore,
The general election, the president? Or
Yes.
just- oh, really?
next summer. So the likelihood that maybe the leftist guys will get in power is a possibility.
President Petro is possible.
We hope not.
Yes,
We
but
have
it's possible.
we have our family in Colombia, and we want a better life in
Mhm.
Colombia for everybody.
So he thought that things are going to get better as far as more Colombians coming back over here and so on. And that's what we hope.
Sure. That's, believe me, music to a lot of people's ears right now. Let's talk about RelatedISG for 1 second. When did you join RelatedISG, more or less?
I joined RelatedISG maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I have been in this business for around more than 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, maybe 5 years ago I joined.
So, and you joined right at the same time, I assume, yes?
Okay.
You joined.
She joins, I
Oh, yes.
follow. I'm like the little puppy. The little puppy.
Believe me, I
that is
understand.
there.
Believe me, I understand.
She says, honey, we're going this. Yes, we're going wherever you said. Yeah.
You're both very well known. This book is going to propel you
Yes.
to unexpected heights. I promise you. This book for you is going to be like physics. Every action creates a greater or equal reaction. The reaction that you're going to receive from this book, you can't imagine, Floralba.
But that's the idea, to learn the people how to do business here in US, and that they have more knowledge on to do the first step and
to teach them exactly like there is a I mean, it's amazing. I mean, when we go over there, or the calls that we get, it's like, oh, but I'm a foreigner. And will I be able to buy? Will I be able to get a loan? Will I be able? Yes, of course. Yeah,
a
you.
lot of questions that
There
people
are-
need to know.
They
Sure.
were always kind of like the same sort of questions, the simple questions, and Flora kept talking to me about, I need to put a book together. We need to put a book together, and I said, yes, you need to do a book, and you need to do a book, and here it is. So something positive about COVID. She finally sat down and said, okay, I need
I'm gonna
to
finally
finish
finish
it.
this
All
book.
right.
Well, the book aside, you both have a very trustworthy aspect to both of your personalities. So I can well imagine that when you get a client from Colombia asking those kind of questions, you instantly make them feel super comfortable. And along those lines, it is my hope that you feel comfortable, and more than that, fulfilled in the promise that we made you when you joined RelatedISG. RelatedISG will do this and this and this for you. Please tell me that our report card looks good, that we fulfilled all the promises that we've made to you, because it's the reason you both stay with RelatedISG. And I would love if you would share with your colleagues
Yes.
why.
The best part to work with RelatedISG is the people who is here. From the top to the bottom, everybody helps you to develop and to be better in your career. We help other realtors. We are as a family. We can find help in any aspect from you, from Carolina, from Liz, from everybody who works with you.
Well,
And even the agents, there's
Yes.
this kind of like friendly
Relation.
relationship with everyone here, and there is not that sense of like, oh, but you're my competition. Everyone
no,
is-
it's all for one and one for all. It's part of the culture that we try to instill, we try to create 8 years ago. The hardest part is, as I've said maybe on some previous shows, it's like raising children. Doing it understanding what it is to raise children properly is not difficult. Doing it every day is extremely difficult to do it well every day. That's what we try to do. And to hear that Floralba from you and Enrique is, trust me, warms my heart, because the people that you mentioned, like Carolina, like Liz, Mike Ambrosio, Veronica Gorson, Sandra,
Exactly.
our new marketing director. We all try very hard to support all of you, because our attitude from the senior level is that we work for you, and we need to know that we're doing okay. It's important.
And the good manners, the kind of people who works here is great, is fantastic.
Yeah, no, thank you. Well, it's the extension of that. Our final question that I'd love to ask everybody, because this really goes to that winner and champion attitude that is inside of you, that I have nothing to do with. God gave that to you. Whether we call it the golden rule or the golden nugget, here's the thing. Life isn't perfect. Any given day, any given month, any given year, particularly, my goodness, in 2020, because of Corona, things don't always work out. So share with your colleagues, if you will, what is it when you get hit by a headwind, you get smacked on your nose, what is it that helps you dust yourself off and propel yourselves forward?
Okay, in our case, I think the most important when we met somebody is to treat the people or the person like our family, to be the most honest that we can, because we work for a conviction that we need to help the people to do the dream instead of to work for a commission. That's not the kind of work that we make.
It is always exactly. I mean, we treat people with that respect, and we give them, of course, sort of the tour of the city when they come. But it's more of that we're not trying to make that sale. Our idea is always about if we're gonna sell a project or if we're gonna sell whatever investment it is, can we feel comfortable if we were going to sell that to our mom, my brother? Would that be a good investment for them? And if the answer is always no, then it's kind of like we cannot offer that project to them. And, I mean, we have cases. We had a case from a good friend of ours who last week or 2 weeks ago, she called and said, listen, I've been told about this project in
Somebody is
Lauderdale.
giving me this
In
opportunity.
Lauderdale, exactly. It's a great opportunity. That they're putting this picture that it was a magnificent opportunity.
Investment and return.
So
And
immediately we drove over there and we saw the location and we kept going around and driving and so on. And we said to her, you know, the numbers.
we make a video and we saw the comparables
Exactly.
to see if it's true or not. When
Yeah.
we saw the numbers that they offered to our friend, and we saw the reality, I said no.
What is going to happen here in a year or 2, 5 years? It's kind of like we were not seeing it. We sent her the video. Immediately she called and she said, thank you so much. I value your opinion. Thank you for not allowing me.
She put a lot of work into talking somebody out of something.
Exactly.
But that's the kind of professionalism that you try to bring to it every day. That takes a lot of work from you too.
Exactly.
It takes a lot of effort. Not everybody has that.
No,
Sometimes not
exactly.
everybody has
But it's
that.
our friend, and we try to do the same with an strange people.
But no, but you just say you treat strangers like your friends. You do
Exactly.
that.
Which is the other.
That's your playbook. It sounds like, and that takes that takes a lot of effort from Enrique and Floralba. That's not easy to do every single day. But you gotta feel the energy coming back to you, though. You're right.
But that is a really cool part of this. I mean, I remember a lady who came maybe like 3 years ago, you know, and she was going to buy one apartment. And she had financially, I mean, she was a wealthy lady. And she's like, oh, I'm gonna buy this apartment. And we immediately told her, wait, how come you just gonna buy one apartment? I mean, why don't you get
Too.
a loan and you can buy two? And immediately, I mean, so she did that. She ended up buying two. And even though it was a lady that we were just meeting, you know, then she and her husband were like totally became like family. First time that we went to Cali back, she's like, please come to our apartment for dinner.
Oh my God, how nice.
You know, and
Yes.
so even when we meet people for the first time, we treat them like family. We treat them like
And we met by phone.
with respect.
Really?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
You know. treat
And
them-
normally we sold apartments with clients who can come to see the units.
So we have sold their type of units. Just
We are the eyes of our clients.
You know, folks, let me just say, if what they're expressing is beyond real, because you make me feel that way too, by the way. We don't get a chance to spend that much time, even though we work together all the time, because you're busy, I'm busy, we're doing different
Exactly.
things. Well, whenever I'm with the two of you, always make me feel like I've known you all my life. And it's the nicest feeling. So what they're saying, they try to deliver. I can tell you, they deliver. They deliver. Thank you. Unfortunately, we're running out a little bit of time now, but I wanted to thank you both so much for being here today. Today we're filming at Bristol City Center, by the way, on Brickell Avenue. It's really nice to have you here in the penthouse. Floralba, I'm wishing you the best of luck with this. I'm
Thank you.
telling everybody I can about this, including my friends and family back in New Jersey. No, it's my pleasure to constantly promote it.
Thank you, Craig.
And,
Thank you for having me.
It's our
No.
pleasure to work with you.
Thank you. Well, it's thank you. I feel exactly the same way. I feel honored to work with both of you. So everybody, thank you so much for your time today, and we'll see you next time on the next Insider Series. Ciao for
Thank
now.
you,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Bye-bye.